just kind of like a pro for you guys to take from this, I guess, is something to consider when you guys are thinking about reshaping the business college for people like PR, people like advertising that need the graphic design. Just walking around the job fair, walking around to employers, there's a that's needed in certain things like Photoshop or Illustrator, things like that. So I really hope you guys can include those classes for incoming freshmen who still want to pursue something like that, because they have no chance of getting a job without it.
No,
that's across the board.
And that's a very, very good point.
So I hope that's something you guys can take for future reference.
You say that we have substitutes for those classes, those media classes that we don't have, but we don't have the substitutes that are the media studies professors. They've been in this department, and they'll be able to teach us something that maybe isn't even really on the curriculum for that class that they know from experience. And so I go that it goes back to that quality of education, but we're not going to get that in substitute classes. I just want to throw that out.
No, I
there
appreciate
because-
that, and we'll do everything we can to run those classes with the media faculty. Again, it comes down to what we can identify. We may have to reshape a couple things so that it covers a broader spectrum. But again, that's the work of the media faculty. and I, as we go through the spring planning for next year. And so that's why it's really key to have those conversations with your advisors this fall. And it's really key then for the faculty to sit down together and figure out how are we going to make this transition.
Yeah, so no matter what, this is happening. That's what I'm getting at. Like, no matter what, no matter if the enrollment get where y'all would like it, finances get where y'all like it, y'all already made up in y'all mind that it's cut for sure.
So the issue is you have to start at some point. Could we wait to see if the enrollment's dramatically increased over the next year? We could. Every indication is that's not going to happen. And yet we've just opened up another year for students to come in. How are we going to serve those students? And so at some point, you have to look at, okay, here's the data we have, and you have to make the difficult decision.
But y'all gave up only before y'all even came to us to see if we had any ideas or solutions that can happen. Y'all took it on yourself. As the administrator was like, this program is cut. They're not meeting criteria. Instead of asking us, what do we think? And seeing if we come together collectively and come up with something. So this
Yeah, I understand where you're coming from. Again, I look at the data, and there's no indication from the data that it would turn around anytime soon. And again, the longer we put this off, the more resources that we'll have to invest in order to accommodate something that may, in the end, fail. So. Yeah.
The budget cuts, has anyone at the university contacted legislators about this?
Yeah.
Yes.
A
lot.
Convince you guys, this is your education.
You know,
Be toyed with by the government.
Yeah, we've communicated long and often. The part of it is that the legislators know what I'm going to say, right? What legislators need to hear from are people like you in industry. That's how we have leverage. All legislators.
I graduated 4 years ago from here.
No.
There's no way I'm going to learn what Art taught me in the journalism and business in the English department. Impossible.
I don't have a question, this is just like food for thought, and I know this is not what you guys want to do, and it's terrible, and I can see it on your faces, like it's not something like you said you woke up and decided to want to do, but I started coming here 3 years ago. My first 2 years I was in a major that I wasn't necessarily that happy with, and I was advised I told them exactly what I wanted to do, like after I sat down and thought about it. It's something that I've wanted to do since I was a little kid, like I had interest in it. And I was advised to go into the business department, and I did it for a year, and last year I went to my advisor and said, something serious has to change or I'm going to drop out, because this is literally nothing I'm interested in whatsoever. And after talking to Dr. Snyder, he was like, yeah, I think you should be in here, going off of what your interests are and everything else, this is where you belong. And now that I've started, and this is my last year, so thankfully, I am thankful and I am appreciative that I will get done on time. I'm not trying to be selfish, and I'm thinking of the future students. Had this happened 5 years ago, this wouldn't be an option for me. So now that I'm in the classes that I am, I love all my classes, and I'm actually interested in learning more as opposed to my current years, which I couldn't care less about, to be honest. And like I said, I'm thankful that I get to finish out, but how about those future students who have to settle for being in a business? If you're gonna mix some of the classes in the business, that's awesome, cool, keeping some of the stuff around. But if they have it in the future, like I did, like I said, if I wouldn't have had this major, I would have dropped out last year, because there was no way I was gonna continue with something that I knew I didn't want to pursue. And thanks to our faculty, for the major study, or the media studies, I'm finally happy with where I'm at. So that doesn't really affect anything, I know, but that's just,
No.
I'm thankful for it. So.
The points we'll take, as indicated, you found your niche, you found your home here, or you wouldn't be here.
Right.
I just have to go back to the reality that we cannot be all things to all people. In the fiscal situation we're in, we cannot.
I hate that you keep saying that.
I'm sorry?
I hate that you keep saying that you can't be all things to all people, but you can include people in decisions. Did you include the faculty, brainstorm with them? It's just, I don't know, it's just y'all. You can't be all things to no people. Y'all, that's a horrible saying.
For the,
you have to stop.
well, so I apologize that, thank you. Budget-wise, we cannot offer all the programs that we've offered in the past. That's what I'm trying to say. And going forward, we have to think fiscally on what's going to put us in the best position moving